This week's study in Yeshivat Elimelech is memory of Thea's mother, and we are up to the 10th blessing of the Shmoneh Esrei about the ingathering of the lost people of Israel. So there's three verses that I wanted to talk about as the source for this blessing. So first it says, "V'nasa nes lagoim," he will raise up a banner to the nations, "V'asaf nidchei Yisrael," and collect, assemble the banished of Israel, "Unfutzot Yehuda yakabetz," so that's that word kabetz in the chenu, "Me'arba kanfot haaretz," from all the four corners of the earth. And so it's actually also the root for the word kibbutz, which is a community. So we gather together. The second verse is also from Isaiah. It says, "Vaya b'yom hahu taka b'shofar gadol." We say this on Rosh Hashanah during shofarot quite a few times, that on that day it will be blown by a great shofar, uvahu avdim be'eretz Ashur, that the lost ones who are in Assyria, and nidachim be'eretz Mitzrayim, and those who are expelled in the land of Egypt, v'yishtachavu la'Hashem b'har kodesh b'Yerushalayim. So again, it's a promise that even before the first temple was destroyed, Isaiah prophesied that there will be a great day when a shofar will be sounded. And may I add my own interpretation, until about 100 years ago, when Marconi discovered radio waves, every rabbi that was asked how this shofar will be heard in the whole world didn't really have a good answer. But I'm sure that when Mashiach comes and blows the shofar, it will be broadcasted within seconds all over the world. And so everybody who has an electronic uh, thing open, doesn't matter if it's a TV, a radio, a computer, a laptop, a cell phone, they'll all hear it at the very same moment, and that will be the call for us to come back to Jerusalem. And last, which is something strange that I discovered, there's a verse in Ecclesiastes who praises the verse before it. It says, "Oi to the country that has a king that is weak and has to listen to other people." But for some strange reason, every single translation that I looked for does not translate it as cherut. But I'm 100% positive that it is because of the next verse. So, Ashrech Eretz Shemalkech Ben Chorim. So, Chorim reminds us of the word cherut, freedom. And so, even the name Chag HaCherut for Passover was only added by the Mishnah. The Mishnah says Me'avdut LeCherut, and we say that at the beginning of the Seder in Avadim Hayinu. And so, I think that what Shlomo Melech was talking about is that the king is one who is free of any obligations to anybody and can make good decisions for the country. And just from the context of the verse, where his ministers eat at a proper time and without drinking, because they have to go back to doing judgment, etc. And even more so about the shofar being freeing are the two verses at the end of Parshat Behar, that you should pass a shofar in 7th month on the 10th day, B'Yom Kippurim, and we still do that. And what is the purpose of this? In order to sanctify the Jubilee year, Ukratem Dror Ba'aretz Chodesh Be'ah, and you shall proclaim release for all of the nations, for all the people of the land of Israel. And this is, of course, the verse that's written on the Liberty Bell, because we are talking with liberty. So now we can understand with all these verses the very short prayer, which is Teka Shofar Gadol Cherotenu. So blow in this great horn or shofar that we know from Isaiah, Lecherutenu, for our freedom. Besanes, the Kabetz Liotenu. Those four words are exactly what Isaiah talked about, and the purpose is the Kabtzenu Yachad Marba Kanfot Haaretz. So Nusach Ashkenaz is very, very short and concise, only sticking to the words of the verses that we quoted. And so there's one difference with Sfarad and one difference with Sfaradi. So Sfarad added the word mehera, speedily, okay, because every other word is exactly the same. And Also the word le'artzenu, to our country, which is not in Ashkenaz, if you see. Okay, here it says Marba Kanfot Haaretz, obviously le'artzenu. So Sfarad is a little bit redundant, but Sfaradi also has le'artzenu, but doesn't have mehera. Okay, v'kabtzenu yachad Marba Kanfot Haaretz le'artzenu. So gather us to our land. Baruch atah Hashem ekabetz nitchei amo Yisrael. So, but this is the explanation for the 10th blessing, and let's try to go into the 11th blessing. I don't think that we'll be able to finish it today within the 10 minutes, but let's try to understand. So again from Isaiah, 2 verses, one after the other, that we read on Haftarah of Shabbat Chazon. V'ashiva yadi alayich be'etzrof kabor sigayich ba'asir kol b'dilayich. So Ashiva yadi alayich is the idea of tshuva, and even more so, v'ashiva shoftayich kevarishona v'yatzlach kevatchila. I will return your magisters and judges as before, and yoatzayich kevatchila, and the councils as they used to be. Acharei chen yikareh lach ira tzedek kireh ne'emana. And ends with Yomi mishpat tipadev v'shaveh v'tzedakah. So let's just quote the Gemara in Megillah, and tomorrow we'll finish this blessing. So the Gemara in Megillah says, why did they see fit to institute that one says the blessing of the ingathering of the exiles after the blessing of the years, as it is written, and you, O mountains of Israel, you shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people Israel, for they will soon be coming, which was fulfilled already in the late 19th century, which indicates that the ingathering of the exiles will follow after Eretz Israel is blessed with bountiful produce. And now to our blessing. And once the exiles have been gathered, judgment will be meted out to the wicked, as it is stated, and I will turn my hand against you and purge away your dross as with lye, which is the verse that we quoted. And immediately after it, it is written, and I will restore your judges as at first, in verse 26. For this reason, the blessing of the restoration of judges comes after the blessing of the ingathering of the exiles. Yeah, we have another minute, so let's just go through it. So, like it says in the verse, which is an addition, because if there is justice, we're not going to complain that our life is miserable because of somebody else, because we'll see that the hand of Hashem is making everything correct and leading the judges to judge fairly and with kindness. And become king over us, because that's the purpose of the next 4 blessings, ending the blessings of the supplication. The Sfard again added the word mehera, that you should become king over us quickly. And last but not least, Sfaradim, Ata Adonai Levadecha. This is something that is unique for the Sephardim, that you alone will be our king, which is just confirming the idea that Hashem is the one who appoints the judges who will rule justly. Without that, without the recognition that Hashem is the supreme judge, Ashkenaz and Sfarad don't say it, but obviously that's what we have to be thinking and concentrating on when we say the Shema and when we say this blessing, that the purpose of the Shoftenu to come back and do the things that they did in the time of David and the time of Solomon. There was even a little competition there between Absalom and David, but it was a competition that people saw as a good thing, because he was saying, I'll be a better judge than my father. Unfortunately, he misled them, but I'm just giving that as an example of how somebody, even ruling according to the Torah, can mix up things and have their own agenda. Hashem tells us that the judges at the end of time will be 100% doing the will of Hashem in their judgment and in their decisions. So we will stop here.
Thank you.